Hello everyone, this is Dis, and today we're going to be talking about a food fantasy tier list that I made, but it's not a regular one, it's actually a free-to-play availability list, as you might be able to see from the bottom. So, what that means is, this is a list that will help you figure out who to get if you're like free-to-play, or just generally like which food souls are the most available and will give you the most value. So how it works is, tiers that are higher up are really easy to get and really common, like they're always available. And then things at the bottom are just not worth it, or like they never show up in any, like you can never get them in any shape or form. With that being said, we shall continue on. So here is the first row. It is comprised of useful and permanent food souls. So I've gathered all of the main useful and ones that literally never go away. So I also put some SRs and Rs here, like Tom Yum and, you know, beer and all those. These are all the main ones that I'm aware of that you can always get, and they will give you a lot of value. So obviously Rum is in here. Rum is really powerful, and she's like free. You can just get her all the time. I'm pretty sure when you're first starting out, there's like a whole mission sequence to getting her. So you can literally just guarantee yourself a free copy. I think around like level 50 or something. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a very long time since that came out. Then we got Crab. Crab's really good. Buddha's really good. Champagne's pretty good. Then some other ones there. I'll skip over the next few because they're like alright. And they're niche, but they're also like still just permanent. So like Hishimochi is also a really good tank. And then we got Cloud Tea is pretty useful to at least get. Not necessarily to use in everything, but she has her uses and very permanent. She's never going anywhere. You can always have the ability to get her. And for the SRs and Rs, obviously Tom Yum isn't going to be good at endgame, but along the way, he's going to be really strong. So, especially for like R-only events, like the new guild thing, he's really good for, because like you can only use Rs for certain battles. And he's just really strong, and like he's OP for a tank early game. The next tier that we have, which is actually quite small, because this tier list is still a work in progress. I'll show it updated. And if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Like if you think I undervalued or overvalued someone, please tell me in the comments and I'll adjust them accordingly. So in the useful and common tier, we have people who commonly come back because I think the devs love like spamming them for some reason. I'm not sure. Candy Cane I see all the time. I don't know why. She's not permanent, but she just appears like constantly. And then the others are also pretty good, and they come around very often. Like Fondant comes around all the time. Honestly, Fondant might be permanent. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I will be always updating this. Next tier, we have the kind of useful and permanent. So these guys don't give too much value, but you might as well get them because they're permanent, and you still might find a use for them. We're getting into the less valuable for free-to-play and low spenders territory here, after this tier anyway. But we've got like Somen, Whiskey's alright, and then the classics, Foie Gras and Peking are both pretty good CC units, even though crowd control isn't really all that great anymore because so many food souls resist it, and it's not really good in like PvE. It's a PvP thing that doesn't even really, kind of outdated. But anyway, these are decent ones that you can get, especially early on. You can go for some of these and use them, and it'll be pretty good. Obviously, the ones up top, at the very top, are going to be probably better to go for. Besides maybe like Cloud Tea, I would probably pick some of these ones for more early game. Next up, we have... I went through the whole wiki, by the way, for this, but we have all of the really good and common food souls that cost 4.8k embers. So you might see these come around all the time. There's actually more than this that cost 4.8k embers, but they were just dog water, so I did not include them here. Anyway, these are all really worth picking up. So Mappo's really good, Turkey's really good, Natto's really good. Cordy's really good. You know, all of them are really good. If you manage to pick up any of these guys, that's really good. Some of them are DPS. The last two are tanks. The tanks, you really only need like one. So you could go for like Oyster specifically, for example, like I did. I really focused Oyster. Cordy's still really good. The worst one here, I honestly might be Turkey, but he's still strong for modes where you have to have like 15 food souls. So I would say, you know, you might as well get him. He's still like really strong for those types of things. The next tier is very strong but rare or costs money. I think by costs money, they don't always cost money, but it costs money to get them like really high up sometimes. We've got really important characters here that never show up ever, but if they do, you really want to get them. So we've got people like Wu Yi, we've got Durian here, Martini, you know, your Lion's Head, and obviously your Stolen. She is so good. You have to get her. I literally, like, I might have put her this low, but if you see her, she has to be like one of the ones that you want to go for. That and Martini. Martini's really good too. Spork's pretty good. All these are just like good pickups, you know? Oh, and I forgot his name. I probably should check really quick. This guy, I can't remember his name. He's new, but he's really good tank too. And I can't remember this guy's name either because he's also new, but he's important as well. I will check and probably post it like as a subtitle here. Like I'll put like a comment in the video. The last tier is collection, too rare, or like not valuable enough for someone who's free to play. So I have a note at the end, all SP units are not free to play friendly, obviously. And then most SR and R units are easily attainable or worthless, besides the occasional event SR. And I didn't put all of the good SRs. Okay, the Rs are kind of trash, I'm gonna be honest. But I didn't put all of the good SRs in here. There are some other ones, but they really don't come up enough to like go insane into it. Like I shouldn't have to do like 2,000 hours of research for something that barely anyone is going to be using. Obviously, 99% of the time, the team is just like full URs and maybe one SR. Like that's 99% of cases is like either 4 URs and 1 SR or just all URs. That's like, or like SPs too. You'll never see like a lot of SRs being used. It's really uncommon. And most of the time, the ones that I've already pointed out are the ones that show up. So this tier, it could have a few inaccuracies. I'm still working on it. If I wasn't sure where to put them, I put them in here. But these are just food souls I generally just don't hear a lot about. I don't see anyone using. Some of them I know for sure are garbage, like B52. I always like roast the heck out of this guy. But he's and Bamboo. These two are like the classic like meme characters. They literally do nothing. You can make them pretty strong with like artifacts and stuff, but like I mean, what there's not like it's a joke. And then Pizza, I hate to put him in here, but I think he's one of the 4.8k embers, for example. But like he's just not worth going for. And then some, I'll give you some. So like Apple Pie, she's not bad at all, but just like another one that's just not, it's too rare to get her to like a good usable star. And then maybe some other ones that might be good, I'll try to explain in here. Like Cookie might be alright too. And Souffle really is, I think he might also be a 4.8k, but he does not do anything anywhere near any of the other ones up here. Those are just some examples of like reasonings that I put in here. Some of these guys I don't really know much about. I'll give you that. I don't really know a lot about, I don't even know some of their names actually. I don't know much about this guy, and I don't know much about this guy either, or this guy, or maybe even this guy. I don't. So if I'm wrong about any of those, I don't even know their names. So if I'm wrong about any of them, let me know. Maybe they belong in a different tier for the free-to-play players. But honestly, I don't think any of them even show up anywhere. So they would just naturally fit. Like, I'm pretty sure most of these guys, besides the 4.8k ones, just, you can't even get them half the time. And obviously at least 40% of them I know are just bad, and that's why I put them in here. But other ones, I just don't see them. Like this guy, do you know how hard it is to get this guy? I think his name's like Anzu Ame or something. Do you know how hard it is to get this guy? He never shows up. And we just talked about Black Truffle in the last video. You literally can't even get her to 5-star yet. So like some of them are they're just so rare and like inaccessible to everybody. Anyway, that should do it for this list. Since I made this, there have been like brand new food souls out the wazoo. There's like tons of new ones. There's at least like 5 or 6 that I need to sort in here. I will do that. Oh, like the latest ranking guy isn't even in here. So I'll add them and then I'll post an update. But I don't want to post a video on this tier list like every day. So I'll gather some if anyone has any opinions and I'll add the new ones. I'll make a video like every week or maybe every other week updating this list for the free-to-play players. And we've got like an ultimate tier list of every OP character and everything that they do coming as well. For now, this is the free-to-play one. It is very geared towards a new player or somebody who has been playing for a while, just wondering what kinds of stuff they should be going for, what kinds of URs mainly, but also the few SRs that I recommend if you can get them. This is early game, but it's more geared towards the accessibility more than anything. If Stolen was more common, she would definitely be like useful and common. Like she would be as high as I could possibly put her for this list. But I hope you guys understand like how I'm working with this list, and if it confuses you or something and you think I could maybe rework it a little bit to make more sense, I will do that as well. So just let me know what you think. Anyway, I hope it helps and you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you all in another video. Goodbye.